Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Well, now that you've got your airbrush and you've got some paint and you're ready to get started, here are 7 accessories that I suggest you get to help with your airbrushing hobby. And 2 of these accessories are essential, something that I use daily and I cannot live without when I'm airbrushing. All right, folks, let's head over to the bench. Let's take a look at these 7 accessories that I want to talk about. And the 2 essential ones are the first 2 that I purchased after getting my first airbrush. And these are maintenance accessories that will help you clean your airbrush, maintain it in tip-top shape, that will help, well, keep it running smooth and make your life much more happy when using an airbrush that is, well, properly maintained. Let's start off by talking about my 2 essential items that I think you should purchase first when starting out airbrushing. These 2 items are a cleaning pot and some cleaning brushes. Let me show you just real quick how these items work. Let's say you are done with your airbrushing session. You're ready to get your airbrush cleaned up and put away for the night, or if you are in the middle of a color change, you would use this here along with your airbrush. You would put your airbrush all the way in here till it seats in nice and tight. This is our little like a rubber grommet. And you could spray out the rest of your paint. You can also put in your airbrush cleaner, spray that in here. And underneath here, and move this airbrush real quick, is, well, you can see I use mine a lot, is a filter. So what this will do is it will allow all the nasty stuff, your airbrush cleaners, your paints, all that stuff to go into this jar. It collects in this jar, but these fumes do not come out through this filter. I have never smelt anything coming out of this jar when I've been using it, unless, of course, you don't get to seat it all the way in this rubber grommet. Another fantastic reason to buy one of these first, well, you need a place to put your airbrush when you're not using it. And as you can see, this has a built-in airbrush holder. So if you have only one airbrush, this is a perfect setup for you. You have your cleaning pot and you have your airbrush holder. And this thing is very steady. Now this cleaning pot is made by Sparmax. And I know that there are many other companies out there that make cleaning pots similar to this. So you can take your choice of which one you want to get or which one is available to you. As a matter of fact, I will put a link in the description of this video to my Amazon storefront where you can take a closer look at all of these items that I'm going to be showing here today and, possibly pick one up if you want to. And you know what, folks, if you buy through me, I get a little kickback from Amazon, which helps this channel out greatly and doesn't cost you anything extra. And I really, really do appreciate any help that I can get. Now on to our next item that I think is very important to purchase when you first start out airbrushing. And that is these little cleaning brushes right here. You'll be amazed at how helpful these can be when cleaning your airbrush. There have been many times that I have cleaned my airbrush before I've used these that I thought it was pretty clean. That wasn't until I used these and I learned, well, it wasn't as clean as it could have been. Let me show you just real quick how these work, how I use them. I have this Iwata HPCS right here in front of us, and I've already taken the needle out. So what I do is after I clean everything and I've pulled the needle out and wiped it, of course I take a part of the front of the airbrush here to clean it. I don't know if you can see in here, you've got your little chamber that goes into your paint cup. Now this paint cup is not removable on this type of airbrush, and sometimes paint can get way back in, up in here, right in front of the trigger. And it doesn't matter how well you put stuff or cleaner in here, you can't always get some of that old kind of dried up paint in there. So what I do is I take this brush here, as you can see has been used and used well, and I will stick it in here. And let's see if I can get this in here so you can see it. And it goes all the way back towards that trigger group. As you can see right there, all the way back towards the trigger group. And I'll just go and pull it in and out a few times. Then I will put some more airbrush cleaner in here. Put this back into my pot and blow it out. But anyways, I use it for this, as well as this part here where your needle goes through. You can get in there with one of these brushes and just very carefully just go in there and kind of twist her around like that. That helps loosen up any particles that could be hard in this, dried up, sorry, in this part of the airbrush as well. Now, I always put a little bit of airbrush cleaner in the fluid nozzle here before I actually put the airbrush brush in to clean it. That helps break up any dried particles that might be up in here. You can also use it Like this is your air cap. Now I very rarely paint with my air cap on, or protector cap, I should say. But when I do, again, I have the bigger brush here. I can run it through here just like this, and it helps clean up because paint always dries on this. That's why I don't run my airbrushes with this cap very often. Talking about cleaning, that leads us into my next accessory that I'm use all the time. And this is a cleaning mat. This one here is made by Iwata. I'm sure there are other companies that make these. And what this is, it's a rubber-backed cushioned mat, it's very heavy, so it doesn't move around very easily. It's got a little ledge around it, all the way around. And what this is for is exactly what you're probably thinking. This is for when I start taking my airbrush apart, like this, and I'm dropping stuff, kind of like this. Oh, I dropped it. Guess what? It's not rolling off of this mat. It's not rolling onto the floor. You know, if you drop one of these little airbrush needles, you could, very easily bend the tip of this and it's ruined. You have to replace it. Something like your fluid nozzle here. Some of these fluid nozzles are teeny tiny. Actually, some of the parts that come apart on airbrushes are only that little section right there. That's all that comes off. And if you drop that on the floor, well, you might be spending hours looking for it. Something like this is amazing. Now, I will be honest with you, for many years, I used a towel in place of this. And it worked all right. But I sometimes still had things fall off the towel because this little ledge here, that's a game changer, folks. This is a great item to have in your stable when cleaning your airbrush. A lot of times I'll clean my airbrush, I'll lay everything on here, and then I can pick this up and I can move it around, set it off the side, let everything dry before I reassemble it. And I'm not worried about losing a part. Now, I probably should have put this item into my essential accessories to have for airbrushing. And this is a respirator. Now, I'm using acrylic paints most of the time, which are not as toxic as other paints, but you still don't want to breathe this stuff into your lungs. You only get one set of lungs. So a decent or a really good respirator is very important to have when you're using your airbrush. Even though the paints may not be bad, the cleaners that you're using for those paints are still pretty, nasty things. So again, this should have been in the essentials, but it's important. Something you really should get when you're airbrushing is a good respirator. All right, now our next accessory is going to be a must-have. Once you start airbrushing, you fall in love with this hobby, and you're like, you know what? I need another airbrush. Because trust me, once you go down that rabbit hole, you're going to want another airbrush. And this is a multi-airbrush holder. Now it comes with a clamp, so you can clamp this on a bench. I just have it taken off here so it'll fit in the camera frame. But as you can suspect, this is for if you have multi-airbrushes. You can stick one down in here. You can stick one across the top here. Another one over here. One in here. So wow, look at that. Now you have 4 airbrushes at your disposal. So once you start getting into the hobby and you start buying more airbrushes, this is something you might want to take a look at. These are not expensive items. They're fantastic. Again, there's a lot of companies that make these. I don't even know what brand this is. I just bought her off Amazon a long time ago. A great little thing to have. Now this for me is a must. This is something that I use every single time I use my airbrush. And this is just a stainless steel filter with a very fine mesh screen. Now, I know a lot of people out there like, oh, I see guys airbrushing all the time on the YouTubes and they're just pouring that paint right into the airbrush. Well, you know what? You can do that. I have done that very rarely, but I have done that myself. What this does is this helps filter out any particulates that can get stuck inside of your airbrush. Something gets stuck down in this airbrush chamber down here and it'll clog up your needle real fast. Now, if you're using quality airbrush paints, you might be thinking, well, I don't need that because I'm using, quality airbrush paints. And you're right in the fact that, the paints themselves are quality and they're going to go through this airbrush without a problem. However, the next time you're using one of your airbrush paints, especially if you have the one with the flip top caps, look around that little hole that the paint comes out of, and I'll bet you see some dried up paint around that little opening. That is what I'm filtering for. I want to make sure that any of those little particulates don't get into my airbrush. They'll get caught by this filter. Then I don't have any issues at all running my airbrush. Once I started using this filter, 98% of the problems I had when I was first airbrushing, they went away because it filtered out all the bad stuff. Our 7th item on this list of airbrush accessories. is a nice air hose. Now, if you've watched some of my other videos, and I'll put links at the end of this video to a airbrush playlist where I've done a lot of reviews of other airbrushes. A lot of them are all-in-one kits that come with air compressors and hoses and all that good stuff. And they're pretty good. They're pretty good items. But this is a quality air hose, and not only is that a quality air hose, this is like a 6-foot air hose, which you're not going to get with most of those kits. I actually have 2 of these air hoses right now. I think these are Iwata air hoses, if I'm not mistaken. They're not super cheap, but this hose, as long as you don't cut it, it's going to last you a lifetime. And like I said, it's a very, very long hose. Do yourself a favor, get yourself a good quality hose that gives you a little more leeway when it comes to length, so you're not fighting with a short hose. Now that I talked about my hose, I'm going to give you 2 bonus accessories that I use that I think are really great to have, and that is going to be a water trap and a quick release. Now how this works is a water trap screws onto the end of your air hose like this. This is the part that goes into your airbrush itself. And this, as you can imagine, is a quick release. One part of this goes onto the end of your air hose or onto your end of your water trap like I have here. The male end of your quick disconnect goes on your airbrush. This end gets plugged into your air compressor. And, well, as you can imagine, you just push it on, and now you have a quick disconnect. The nice thing about this, again, once you get into airbrushing and you want multiple airbrushes, you buy a couple of these quick disconnects, and you can, instead of having to have multiple hoses, you can just pop it off, pop your other color in, and you're ready to go. And what this water trap does, well, traps water. If you are using a traditional air compressor, condensation can build up in your tanks, and it can come up through your air hose. You don't want to get water up through your hose and into your airbrush. It can actually mix in with your paint, and it will ruin your paint job, or it can get into the internals and just kind of screw with your internals a little bit. You don't want any of that to happen. So this is cheap insurance. This is just, well, this is convenient. Love these things. I have a bunch of these for my airbrushes. And again, folks, all these items will be linked in the description below in my little Amazon store that I have. Well, I hope this little video helped you folks out in determining on what accessories you might need next for your airbrushing hobby. And like I said before, the most important ones are going to be for cleaning and for safety. I should have thrown that respirator in. It's one of my super duper essentials. So again, first thing I would buy, well, would be a respirator. Second thing would be the cleaning pot. And the third would be the cleaning brushes. The cleaning pot and the cleaning brushes, those are really inexpensive items. You could probably get both those items at the same time. A good respirator, it's going to be around $20 or $30, maybe $40 on up, depending on what you want to spend on something like that. And I don't skimp on things like that protect my lungs. I buy the best that I can afford at the time. So with all that being said, folks, as always, I really appreciate you spending your time with me. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless. Oh, and by the way, if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. All right, folks, have a good one. Until next time.